We got BitBoy out here fudding my bag stream. He's going live early in the morning to talk about his trips down memory road. Look at the views he was getting. 100, 200, 500 views. Oh my God. BitBoy, learn how to make videos. Ugh. So he's fudding my bag stream. I got US Rep Warren Davidson over here fudding my crypto bags with his XRP holders are so hyper defensive. Why don't you make me a congressional sandwich, bitch? Then we've got former FTX executive invokes the Fifth Amendment, the right to not incriminate himself, because now he's trying to FUD my knowledge bag. Then we've got Shibarium fudding my meme coin bag as it falls 7.1%, bone down 14%. I'm going to tell you why in just a few minutes. And trapped inside Shibarium right now, $1.8 million, but all is not lost. All is not lost because China's Sichuan province aims to grow the metaverse industry to $34.4 billion by the year 2025. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleev. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great morning. My name is Bleeves. This is Breakfast with Bleeves. BitBoy fudding my bag. What the hell is going on over here? Guys, he's out here live streaming right now, 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, dude, come on, man. But he did say that he was going to go live this morning super early just to kind of kick off the day because he's back in Atlanta. Just so you guys know, we did have a conversation last night for about an hour. So he did mention that he was going to be doing this. So click. Now he's gone. So US Rep Warren Davidson claims XRP holders are so hyper defensive. Look, and guys, look, I can't stress this enough. When I see US Rep Warren Davidson claims some XRP holders are so hyper defensive, I want to jump in his face and be like, what are you talking about, bitch? What are you saying, bitch? Do we have a problem? You know what I mean? Like, I just want to like just get in somebody's face like this and just be like, come on, man. You know what I mean? God damn it. So anyway, this is one of those days, right? This is one of those days. We're going to get to an article, by the way, that it really kind of explains what's going on with Shibarium right now. It's just an absolute travesty what's happening. And by the way, you always expect there's going to be bugs. You always expect that there's going to be problems. You always expect that there's going to be issues. But look, if you really, and I'm going to zoom out, by the way, you're going to look at the charts and you're going to know. You're going to know that you're going to be just fine. Now, first of all, I do have to stress this. If you made a bunch of money off of Shib and you changed your life, congratulations to you. You got in, you got out, you changed your life for the better. You're in a great place. If you did not, and you think that Shib is going to make you rich and you have less than $100,000 in it right now, you are wrong. That is not how any of this is going to work, at least not in the near term. Once we get about 48 hours, maybe 72 hours at this point of data on how much of a burn we're getting out of Shibarium, we can start to extrapolate and get some ideas about the market. The one thing to remember, though, is that we're probably only going to see about a third or less of activity in the market compared to a bull run. So we'll have to account for the bull run at some point. AI algorithms, things like that will not do that. Maybe we can get it to extrapolate some ideas. Maybe I can show it a chart. Like I got an idea for an AI. Say if I, put this chart up here, you tell me what your prediction is for that chart action or movement over the next couple of years, and then get maybe an idea, but we really don't have something that we can lean into. So crazy speculative sort of stuff going on right now. So we'll see what happens here. But let's get into chat here. Tom Collide singing Mean Streets from Van Halen to lead off the day. What are you, high? Probably are. Anyway, Richard Nelson's in the house. Good morning. Trail Boss, good morning. Zero Dune, wish you had a great day, better than Shiba Swap had. Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff going on right now, but I think we're going to be fine. Look, there's always, nothing launches perfectly. Everything has to be updated. And to be fair here, the broader market has been fudding Shiba Inu way more than the Shibarium launch could have to begin with. We really have to point this out. We're going to look at some charts and we're going to know that in just a few moments. Diamond Nuts is in the house. What is going on? By the way, guys, if you haven't already, at least consider getting a subscription to the channel. It's $4.99 a month. It helps me out tremendously, and I got to get that hustle on so that I can get. I got 937 kids to feed. So, you know what I mean? You guys have seen Total Recall. You know what's up. Grant Vorashuk, what is going on, my man? Advantis AI September releasing a version 2.0. Wait a minute. Are you saying that even Advantis AI was not perfect on launch? You see what I'm saying? Like things that I like, things like Advantis AI, which really gives you an idea of the safety and security of a cryptocurrency, something like that. Even has to come up with a new something or other, right? Jay Locke says, good morning. Jay Manuel, good morning. T-Rex, Sida Pro, developed Shibarium. Is Shiba Inu still considered a meme coin, or is it now no official token for a Shibarium? So Daniel, the answer to that is it's always going to be a meme coin, no matter what, because it leans into the meme space. The dog was a meme unto itself. It was part of Doge. It was a shot at Doge. It was also, it would always be a meme coin. That doesn't mean that we can't redefine what it means to be a meme coin in the space. It is trading like an altcoin. It has been an altcoin for a bunch of years, but it can be both. A Bitcoin can be a cryptocurrency and a store of value for a broader market. It doesn't need to be locked into one name. So really, I think now that there is some rudimentary function here and some utility that's not just, hey, you can buy stuff with it. I think that you really want to lean into altcoin a little bit more, but it's always going to be a meme, and it'll be the king of memes, or it'll be the prince, I guess, unless it passes Dogecoin of meme coins for all time. That's never going to change. And wear it like a badge of honor. Tony P says, good morning, Bleep. Daniel Volt is in here volting it up. Joni Metcalf, let's go, Bleeps. Good morning to you. Ali Rahimi says, most YouTubers were wrong. Shibarium never held the price and is the biggest scam ever. Waited 3 years for nothing. Well, no, you didn't. But you can't. I think that you can be upset. I mean, look, I thought that we were going to get to about 15,441 in price action, and we got to 11,336. So we had a nice move. We had about an 80% increase from when I started telling people this is the buy zone. This is the area where you want to get in. So you could have got your bag fluffed, I want to say. It just didn't come out the way that everybody wanted it. And it's a shame, obviously, but I think if we can't write it off right now, it would be wrong. There's 3.5 million SHIB holders, 3.5 million. So you cannot dismiss Shiba Inu at this point. It is one of the largest held cryptos in all of cryptocurrency. So the here and now, you have every right to be upset because it didn't do what you wanted it to do, even if your expectation is unrealistic. That's also possible too. but both things can be true. You can have an unrealistic expectation, and you can be disappointed that it didn't do what you thought it was going to do. Because listen, I'm going to point it out. Nobody knew that 1.4 trillion Shib was going to be sold by Voyager because that piece of shit Stephen Erlock was going to tank the market. We didn't know. We knew. Everybody knows what a low-life scumbag Stephen Ehrlich is. Everybody knows. I mean, you can look at his face, and it's the face only a mother wouldn't punch. You know what I mean? Like, he's a dirtbag. He's a low life. Everybody knows that, right? But you didn't know he was going to sell 1.4 trillion Shib on you and start to tank the price and make everybody scared. Then when everybody got scared, then you saw the price start to come down. Then that created a realization. And that realization was, we're getting real close. We don't have the information. What it did was it crushed the hype. And, fair enough. You crushed the hype at 11,336. I did think it would go to 1,200. That was my low number, so it didn't even hit my low. And I'll show you on the charts because I left the stuff up there. But now we're way down. The market had a big dip, and we'll figure it out from there. Marcelo Juarez says, good morning. Alex V. Miera says, what to do, bro? Hold, man. That's exactly right. Hold on to it. Stig Beater, good morning. Rick Close says, yes, we need data. Crypto Stevo's vaulting it up. Jorge's in the house. Good morning. AB says, what it do, Bleeves? It do dips. God damn it, dude, dips. Daniel Cardoso's in the house. What is going on? Wizard Cell is here. RW7610, good morning. That's exactly right. Shib will bounce back. Bought another 20 million in this dip. I just went long for 500 million. So yes, I agree. We're going to go. We got another big run getting ready to happen. So this is just the start. I also at 550 bone is what I'm holding on to right now. I got it at $1.20. I got it at $1.22, 440, and then I bought another 110 this morning at $1.20. So I'm DCAing my way. It didn't dip down just a little bit more, and I thought, oh, come on, man. And then it reversed and was up at $1.27, something like that. So I was feeling much better. Don't know what the price is right now, but we'll look into it very soon. Keg Drum in the house. Diggy is here. Folks, I've known Diggy since the early 2000s. This is one of my oldest friends. So appreciate you coming in here and supporting me, man. Jawa Volts is vaulting it up. Good morning. Thomas Weekly, Volted Rican is in the house. We've got a lot of Volt. If you're Volted, by the way, put some lightning bolts in the chat. Stig Beater is in the house. West Saeed, is that what we do? I don't know how to do that. I don't have that crook. I don't throw up gang signs, but why not? Look at all you Karens. LOL says, good morning. CEO 100 said, quit fudding every one of my bags, you bitches. Sorry, bro. Kartik Philly says, why did the Shib team mute its chat? So weird in Telegram chat. Well, because there's a lot of FUD going on. I mean, when you have a lot of FUD, you have to control the narrative, and the narrative is not good when it's not working the way that you want, and you have to stop people every once in a while. It does become difficult. It becomes very difficult. So you do want to slow that down. Everybody doesn't have a right to start bitching and moaning in Telegram. If you want to bitch and moan, do it like a real man behind your computer on X. You know what I mean? That's what Elon made it for, right? Remember when Elon, when he had, I want to say it was Grimes, when she first gave birth to X, and it grew up into Twitter, and then it changed its name, and it became trans, and now it's X, and things got really weird in the Elon Musk family, where, by the way, I would be reticent if I don't say, because it's weird, because everybody's going to be like, no, that's not exactly what happened, bro, or you're just playing around. Well, Errol Musk, his dad married his daughter, which now means, and they have 2 kids together, by the way, and she was 16 when she moved into the house, and he was married to her mother, so he left her mother for the 16-year-old daughter, who's now 36. I'm not saying that it's, but guys, come on. You know what I'm talking about. Zero Dune in the house. What is going on? Free membership. Somebody's handing out memberships. I bet it's CEO 100. Or is it Richie's Plain Talk? If you have, by the way, if somebody hands you a membership, I certainly would appreciate it if you took the time to renew that membership, because that is the kind of stuff that really helps me to continue to support the channel and continue to provide you with the content. So Westside did it. 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. CEO 100 didn't do it. And all that money, he's made $9 million this week. CEO 100 made $9 million this week and didn't even buy like 100 memberships for everybody. Ugh. How much Shib has been burned so far since Shibarium? We don't have the details right now. This is all a moving sort of thing right now. We're trying to get it, but now let's get into a little bit of. We got burned by Saitama volting it up in the house. We got Aaron Grubworm. What seems to be the strongest project being built on Shibarium? We don't know that yet. Like we got to see something start to happen. We're going to get deep into the woods on this over the next couple of days, and we're going to make sure that we have all the information that you need. CEO says he made 11 million. What kind of bullshit is that? Voltoshi delivers. For those of you that don't know, VoltiEco wrapped up its first phase. It wrapped up its first phase on yesterday. And the same day as Shibarium launch, what was going on with that? And now on Sunday, the first remittance to the VoltiEco holders through their NFTs will be revealed, and the burns will be happening during that period of time right now. So exciting times in the Voltiverse. But I digress. Let's get back in here and let's start talking about crypto broadly, and let's get that cleared up so you guys can see. U.S. Rep Warren Davidson claims some XRP holders are so hyper defensive of Ripple's CBDC work, right? U.S. Congressman Warren Davidson, who has been increasingly vocal against a central bank digital currency, lately said that some Ripple token holders are hyper defensive about Ripple's recent CBDC moves. There is a problem in his eyes. I'll admit surprised that some Twitter active XRP holders are so hyper defensive of Ripple's work on CBDCs. I answered the question about the Torres decision by pointing out XRP was finally recognized as not a security. Now, the other thing is most people don't like the centralization. So anytime you see centralized bank digital currency, if anytime you see that, you start to get nervous because now you see, oh, well, there's some centralization to this. Well, guess what? If you never use a CBDC, here's the thing that most people don't understand. The future is blockchain technology, but you don't have to be part of that blockchain. You can be part of Ethereum. You can be part of Shibarium. You can be part of Solana. But let's just say Cardano becomes the government's preferred method of blockchain technology. You don't have to do business on Cardano. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it should be very easy for you guys to understand. You do not have to do business on blockchains or with central bank digital currencies that you don't like, because the CBDC really isn't for you. It's for the bank to transfer money from bank to bank. If they can stabilize a CBDC for themselves, and you have a Bank of America CBDC and you have a Chase Bank CBDC, they can just transact money between themselves because they don't want to use FedNow because there's no benefit to them for FedNow. So FedNow is probably dead on arrival. It's a settlement mechanism. It's a faster settlement mechanism, but it's also not the great one. So just bear that in mind and keep that in mind. Don't get lost in the weeds. Like, you guys have choices. It's decentralized. As long as you stay decentralized, you don't have to worry about the centralization of anything. Now, next up, former FTX executive invokes his Fifth Amendment right because he's a dirtbag. Ryan Salami. I'm going to call him Salami. I know it's like Salame or something like that, but his name is spelt like salami, and he looks like some kind of Goomba who would be eating salami all day long, or at least if he didn't, his eyebrows did. So we're gonna call him Salami. We're gonna call him Ryan Salami, former executive of now defunct cryptocurrency exchange FTX, has declined to testify about his involvement in an alleged illegal campaign donation scheme. So I guess the guys in prison are pretty soon going to be like, hey guys, pass the salami. And he's going to be like, I'm here, daddy. And do you call him fish, or do you have to call somebody daddy? Does anybody know, if you're in prison and you're a bitch, if you look like this, do you have to call people daddy or sir? I mean, I don't know how it works because I've never been there, but it'd be kind of interesting to see him walking around. I know you got to hold somebody's pocket. Hold my pocket. You have to hold that person's pocket, but do you have to call him daddy? That's going to be the interesting part. Good luck to you, Ryan Salami, and your colon. Next up, here we go. This is the big news here. Shiba Inu falls 7.1%. Bone is down 13.9%. Now we're going to talk about why. What is going on in the Shiba Inu ecosystem in the wake of the long anticipated Shibarium mainnet launch. The two most significant tokens powering the chain's ecosystem have taken a downward trajectory to the dismay of crypto enthusiasts. It's worth noting that Bone was adopted to serve as the gas fee token on Shibarium, highlighting why the cryptocurrency and community is seemingly anticipating a surge in the token. However, data from CoinGecko, a crypto authority tracking sites, revealed that Shib had lost a leading zero and is now selling at 5 zeros 917 after pumping up to 4 zeros 11,336. At the time of writing, Shib's current price indicates the token has declined about 7.7%. However, the decline seems spontaneous, having maintained a remarkable uptrend of 17.7% in the past 30 days. At the same time, Bone also dropped 14% and is valued at $1.33. The past 24 hours saw Bone register a maximum and minimum selling price of $1.73 and $1.22 respectively. The main reason for the decline in the Shiba ecosystem could be the overall market outlook. Now, it's not. It's the launch. It's the failed launch of Shibarium. It's first that, and this does not apply to you if you are a Shib maxi and everything that Shytoshi says is right. And if he says the sky is purple and you're like, yeah, it really does look like purple. If you're a maxi, there's no real answer for you as to what's going on right here because you don't understand. But there are a lot of common investors here who were looking at this as a transactional situation in which they wanted their bag to be pumped over something because they thought they could make a little bit of money off of it. And when I come over here and I look at this Shib chart and I move out to the day, we started talking about we really want to get in here right around this 67 cents, 60, so this run right here, this run up to 11,366, this run was almost a 100% increase for a lot of people getting in down here. And it was at least a 50% for most of the people in this range right here, right? This is a significant sort of move over the last 2 months. So this is what you're looking for. This is a top tier project having a nice run. Well, the money ran out is basically what happened. And this topping wick right here that you saw was indicative of this. But what we got here, that was a double top. We got a double top here, which meant that it was coming back down. Now we should have seen it coming. When you see these double tops, sometimes it just continues on, right? Every once in a while you get lucky and it just continues on. I mean, you see a double top right here. It moved down a little bit, continued on. You see a double top here, it moved down, continued on. But when you get to these, at the top here, then it looks like it's coming back down, right? But so what happened was, this is when we got the selling of 1.4 trillion from Voyager, from Stephen Ehrlich. Again, the only person that wouldn't punch him in the face if you saw him is probably his mother, and she probably tried a couple times. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's that kind of looking guy. But anyway, so that caused the price to start to move. And then you had Shytoshi came on stage with his AI and said, all of the world is awesome and great and also gnarly and rad, and also, hey, you want to buy a book? Now, the book could also be you could also say that he was trying to help the community, and that's fair, because let's say they were 1 ETH that the LEASH people got in. If that money is going towards burning Shib, if it's going towards building the ecosystem, that's fine. I mean, it's transactional, and you got some cologne. If it smells like dog, probably a bad cologne. But if it doesn't, and it's a good cologne, then maybe that's another use case for Shib. So when we looked at it, we thought, oh God, this is ridiculous. Like, he's not really giving us the thing that we need. He's not pumping our bag. He's fudding, really. That's what we felt like. That's how we felt for most people when they saw it. And even a lot of Shib maxis were like, what did I just watch? What just happened here? I don't understand what's going on. Like, a lot of people were a little bit nervous because they expected, by the way, in this announcement, they didn't understand that Shibarium was going to be announced the next day on the 16th. On the 15th, you just start to hear Shytoshi speaking, and you're like, oh my God, he's going to drop the greatest thing, and he's going to pump my bag. Well, he's never pumped your bag to begin with. It's always dumped every time he makes an announcement. So, hindsight's always 2020. So we kind of knew, if we're honest, we knew that it was kind of coming, but we were on an upward trajectory, and I'm gonna lead up to the hours after that, because we had that little dump that had happened and it was on the 15th right here. So we had, we had this little buildup along the way. We were recovering from Voyager, and then he comes out and he says that, and then the market says, "What did we just witness?" This guy, again, the transactional money is not happy. So the transactional money takes their transactional money out, and the price goes down. Then, of course, slowly but surely, people are like, "Yeah, I guess our bags are done," and it keeps going down and it keeps going down. That's what happens, right? Then we get over here, and buy the rumor, sell the news is still the law of the land, no matter what. Okay. Buy the rumor, sell the news is still the law of the land. So we get the announcement. When we get the announcement of Shibarium, then we get the start of the sell-off. Starts right about here because this is when the announcements are coming in. We're on the 1 hour chart, by the way. So your announcement, I guess, coming in right about here. So people are selling early because guess what? They know buy the rumor, sell the news. And then what happens? Then what happens after the announcement? It starts to pump again. Why? Because other people were looking contrary and saying, you know what, maybe that's not going to happen. This is a dip. This is a great buy opportunity. So we got a run from 9,000 to 9,300. That's about 3%. But when you use a leverage position, and let's say you're 10xing, then that's a 30% gain. Then all those people sold. It came down a little bit more. Then we got down to 89, and then it pumped back up to 93. So people made a nice little pump again. And then everybody saw this resistance line, which is based on this right here. We saw the resistance line, and then everybody started shorting it. And then the next thing you know, price started coming down. Now, the question is, will it recover? It's probably headed down a little bit more. I want to say that it's not me fudding your bag. It's me telling you exactly what the signals are. Probably going to go down a little bit more because what we need to see right now is data to show that the market's going to start moving back in a more positive direction. Now, when we come over here to the daily chart, I mean, you've got to consider at least that from anything that you bought in this position, you're in profit. Take your profit, enjoy your money, or invest it in something else, whatever. Just make sure that you use the money as profit. Now, the other part, by the way, is on a daily, we're probably looking at some colliding of spaces, right? So that means that the 50 SMA is probably the next target right here. So we can see a move down here into the 83s. So maybe we lose 500 more points. Then we get a relief rally, and we might get a nice relief rally because remember, there are things that are still broken. So let's get back over here. The other reason for the fall can be buying the rumor and selling the news, right? And then the third reason is the Shibarium network faces mounting issues that have resulted in a halt in block production. And as of right now, $1.8 million is stuck in pending state. So it didn't work as well as it should have worked. It became a little bit, now we're starting to see cracks and problems. But here's the thing. It'll be fixed. It'll be fixed very quickly. We'll be fine. Everybody's going to be fine. Your money's not lost. It's on the blockchain, right? And as long as it's safe and secure, which we're going to assume at this point that it's safe and secure. Blockchain security team Biosin stated that the funds are locked and has advised users to temporarily stop using Shibarium. Data from Shibarium's primary blockchain explorer indicate no new transaction have been confirmed for 5 hours. Indicate. Oh my God, I said indicate instead of indicate, like I'm some kind of weed dealer or something like that. Jesus Christ. A screenshot circulating on social media reportedly captured from an internal Telegram conversation, which is not verified by the block, seemingly showed one of Shibarium developers stating, "We can't recover the ETH bridged." So that, by the way, that is not really a thing right here. But noted blockchain sleuth Zach XBT has chimed in to say that they have not confirmed if the RPC is dead, but it's a sloppy launch regardless. As of the time of this writing, the Shibarium RPC website appears to be inaccessible. And you guys remember, we tried to get in there last night and we couldn't get in there. They've made it incredibly difficult to really transact on that, or at least get in there and start to stake and do anything. So there's a lot of lost money right now. A lot of mad people. So we have to deal with that. That is FUD. That is self-created FUD. So that's why we're seeing the dip right now. So it's getting a little bit weird. It's getting a little bit crazy. But here's the thing. This also becomes the moment where you start to look at these prices. You start to look at this price action and you start to think, wow, you know what, this actually could have a nice little run. We're starting to see some downward pressure on bone. Now we don't want to see that, right? What we're seeing is, and if you follow the trajectory here, you're kind of, it's not gonna be perfect when I line it up here, but you're gonna see right here, even if you take it from this little wick right here, which we shouldn't do, we should be looking more like up in this area, but let's do it for right now. And no matter how you look at it, you're looking at downward pressure. So you're looking at it moving downward, but you're not seeing. What you're not seeing is you're not seeing downward pressure on the top, right? So right now you're still seeing this happening and a move back towards the upside. Just a few short hours ago, we were looking at $1.77. So we've got this widening channel. Now the question is, will this continue this way? Will we get a relief up to $1.42 right here on the 50 SMA? And will it bounce back down? Or will we get a full-on move here to the 200 and then maybe back up here to the top and get a widening channel here start to play out? That's the question that we're going to be watching for the next bunch of hours to see how it plays out. Now, the other part to this is people could get a little bit frustrated because the news coming out is not great, and we could start seeing some low prices here. We could see a sell-off on bone. A lot of people were super happy. A lot of people were super pumped. I was included, thinking like they can't, after all this time, have a sloppy launch. They can't have this disaster happen, right? Well, they proved me wrong. They really, really look. I'm just going to say it. They needed somebody like me out here talking about this every day. They needed somebody that really was kind of a spokesperson that isn't hidden in the shadows. Like, this was one of those moments where, they probably needed a real face to be standing out there taking bullets. Now, and look, by the way, you guys might know, if you've ever dealt with a thing called Saitama. Saitama ran up to like $7.7 billion market cap, had a great run back in 2021, fell way off, right? During the whole process, there was a guy named Russell Armand, which I'm not going to stroke his ego or anything, but look, there were a lot of messed up people doing a lot of messed up stuff in the background. He took bullets for all those people with his face out there in full display for people to spit on and be like, hate this guy. He took those bullets for all of those people. So if I never say it again, shout out to Russ for at least manning up and just putting his face out there saying, look, if you want to slap somebody, slap me. It's my fault. Ultimately, we don't have anybody doing that right now. Shaitoshi, he's hidden because, it's a secret. So, I don't like that, but listen, let's move on a little bit. Leash is just catastrophic moves down right now, about 33% in the last couple of days. But look, here's the problem. The problem is we got a relief rally and a bounce that went right into the resistance, and then we got rejected off of that resistance. Now, if we're building upwards like this and we're building outwards like this, then we're about to sink even further down. So now, when it comes to leash, you got to start looking at, well, how far down are we going to go when you come to the daily chart? And guys, I'm not telling you that it's going to happen, but it obviously came down around the 200 SMA. It will break support on this 200 SMA, and the reason for that, the reason for that is this is going to start very quickly moving to this downside, right? This has been a support level, so we're probably going to see it dip down into this 320 level. It wasn't 2 months ago, 259. So we're probably going to see some of this testing over here very, very soon, because people are going to get tired and they're going to sell off. What's the benefit to holding on to leash right now if things can't transact, et cetera, et cetera? Now, you're going to have some people who are going to hold on to it in the hopes that something great happens. Okay. So it won't be just this bam gone. It will be some bouncing, some moving around, some, you're going to hit supports and stuff like that. So there's still time. So if you made money, you might want to hold on to it, because you never know if it reverses, obviously. And if you're a long-term holder, you're all good. Just continue to hold. You're going to be fine. Just going to take some time to course correct a little bit, but you'll start to see leash have some more value. Same thing with bone. As bone becomes transactional, and as transactions start and you really start to see the burns in Shibarium, then you're going to see something massive start to happen. So again, just hold and you're going to be fine. Okay. Just chill out, have a little faith. If you're a long-term holder, if you're transactional, get out. If you're transactional, don't you can't hold on to this right now, because you're not going to make anything unless you're shorting right now. This short is going to come down into this range right here, probably reject back up into this range, maybe up to this range, but then it's going to reject back down here. We're probably looking at SHIB coming down into these levels if this plays out poorly. If it plays out well, then we could look at immediate reversal. Everybody's going to be happy. But again, all of this I'm saying, I want you guys to understand here. No matter what, we're in a bear market. This is the bear market for SHIB. This is not the bull run. So anything that happens right now is going to be muted. We're not going to get that massive run that we're looking at getting, that we want to get. That will not happen. So just kind of take a deep breath, relax. We're going to be fine. Just need a little bit of time for that course correction. And I think January probably start the bull run. And I think August and September, we're probably going to see some downward pressure. Maybe we'll see a relief rally. Maybe we'll see a relief rally. October and November are typically good months for crypto. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you that in just a minute on liquidation charts, so you guys can see that for yourself, and you'll know specifically when the best months are. But let's go through this. China's Sichuan province aims to grow the metaverse industry to 34.4 billion by 2025. And the SHIB metaverse, we're going to see a lot of information about that in the coming weeks and months. So, and there's going to be one playable area, I think, that's going to be launching pretty soon. So you're going to be able to play in this SHIB metaverse, and that's going to have some value that's going to add to Shiba Inu for the whole thing. So I would hold on to your hat right now, because again, if China and if all these places are looking at the billions and billions and billions of Rocks fans, the dollar amounts here, you know, these guys know what's going to happen, right? Next up, on-chain indicator shows short-term Bitcoin bulls unwilling to sell their Bitcoin. So short-term Bitcoin bulls are unwilling to sell at the price that we're at right now. That is a very bullish indicator right now that we're probably going to see something happen in an upside move to Bitcoin, trading at around 28.5 right now. 500,000 Bitcoin price now on the table as classic indicator suggests a parabolic rally coming. Now, these are outliers at this point, by the way, but quant analyst Plan B tells his 65,000 YouTube subscribers that Bitcoin's RSI appears to be repeating a pattern that previously signaled a parabolic rally. So there could be just a massive move. We're still waiting for it. I haven't seen it. I don't know. I don't know that I even agree with what he's saying, but we are witnessing the flattening. We are witnessing all of these moves. So it's possible that anything can happen at this point. We don't feel it. We don't see it. But guess what? We didn't feel it. We didn't see it until it happened every single time. 2015, 2019. Here we are in 2023. We didn't see it until we saw it. So, and that's because institutional will come running back very, very soon. Now, Shib on the update here, did we mention Shibarium mainnet is live? Well, you did, but you didn't say that it didn't work, which is a little bit odd. So, you know, I think that we should probably give it just a little bit of time to work their things out. We don't really have an update here from Shib directly. So in the meantime, we'll just kind of take a deep breath and wait, see what happens. Again, with the crypto charts, we're going to move over to Bitcoin real quick, starting to bow down and buckle under some of the pressure here. 4.6 million in market cap moving out right now. That was a loss of 3 billion from the start of this stream. The Dow Jones is on a green day. So, you know, maybe we start to see a little bit of reversal of capital coming back into crypto. It looks like there's at least a fight going on, but people are kind of moving their money out. The derivatives over here, we're looking at this area should turn, like if this comes out of here, it's going to turn red, and that does mean that we're coming down to 27.3 most probably. That's not a great sign. By the way, if you haven't already, I appreciate it. Hit the like button if you would on the way. That certainly would help me. Let me put a reminder up there so people know. But yeah, I mean, certainly hit the like button on the way in. That pushes me up in the algorithm. It gets more people involved. More people that are watching me, the more it helps me. So I appreciate that if you can support me. And if you haven't already, consider a subscription. You can do that too. But anyway, so if this bounces off here, then, you know, maybe we get a relief rally up here to at least this spot right here, which is 29.6, 29.7, somewhere around there. But otherwise, we're coming down here into 27,000. So get ready for this, because there is something that's going to happen on Bitcoin at some point very, very, very soon. And right now, it's looking like we're getting a mass capitulation. We're down to 5 billion. So, you know, maybe we're not seeing it play out as nice as we could. And remember, by the way, for Shib and for a lot of these tokens, a lot of this is correlated to the Ethereum price as well. So when you're seeing a run on Ethereum price, you could buy into your favorite cryptocurrency and the price goes down after you make the buy. And you're wondering, like, what's going on, bro? And it's because Ethereum, which is a wrap of 50% on a lot of this, especially in Uniswap, is weighing down on the price. And the same thing, even though it's not here for Shib, arbitrage ensures that when the price on Ethereum goes down, the rest goes down as well. So bear that in mind. And by the way, if you scroll down here, you can see here Pepe having a little bit of a run, Litecoin having a tiny run, Hex having a little bit of a move back to the upside, Dot moving upwards, Veracity having a big move today, Luna up 1.5%, Lido, liquidity staking for Ethereum, is up, Solana is up, Floki having a little bit of a run, Luna Classic having a little bit of a move. So you do have some altcoins that are still running, that are still having plays, right? So not out of the woods yet, but it's getting there. Now, as far as this goes, we've got 100x gems, no real change. Volt, no real change. Ben, no real change. Downward pressure on Ben. Looks like we got a little candle down to 28, got snapped up pretty quickly. Wagme Games 1555. They had a 7 out on their website or on their Twitter. So now we're waiting for that to become a 6 to get an idea of how long we're talking about. But we got this 7 right here. And that was on August 16 last night. So when that 7 turns to 6, it's going to basically be a countdown. So maybe we've got a week and Wagme Games is going to launch. When Wagme Games launches, it's going to be one of the first major games to be on the iOS and Android. So we'll see how that plays out. Pepe, 1195, Grumpy Cat, 4155, Advantis, Deconnect, Dubai, Lillian Finance had a big run last night, and then just a gigantic, almost catastrophic sort of sell-off. Like it seemed like you had this one opportunity to get out. You know, you had this real big run, and then you just had so many people selling off and cashing out. So don't know what to say about that, but there we are. Shib 8872 again. Just the pressure right now. Expect that we'll probably pump to about 91 maybe on a reversal here. This is going to represent some resistance. If we break through that resistance, if there's a chance, then you're looking at 93 and then again 95. So that's where we're at. Bone starting to pump just a little bit on that reversal back to $1.30. About $1.30 on the general, but really need to see some news come out, and then we'll start to see something positive. Now, Ben price action. I do have some content coming out in just a little while. I was on the phone with BitBoy last night for about an hour talking about the future of Bencoin. And here's what I will say. And here's what I can say right now because he entrusted me. And I will tell you guys this. BitBoy Crypto is no joke, right? He is going to have a big moment. He is going to he is going to pump the absolute shit out of Bencoin. This thing is going to have, and by the way, there is a V2 coming because he bought this from somebody else, and you know that guy was not the savoriest of characters, even though he pretends like on Twitter he's surprised. Oh my God, I can't believe people don't like me. Well, you're an asshole. So you know, but this is going to have a massive sort of run. Now, yesterday I put out, is it going to go to 1 billion? And he said no, 10 billion. And you know that was the case. As a matter of fact, and Savage Viking brings up a point. I'll address this. Thought BitBoy was exposed as a scammer. No, in fact, Zach XBT, the guy that comes out and finds all the scammers, the real guy, not the pretend guy, not the silly dingbats, that are on that are joining some of these other tokens and getting paid, but then lying to people and saying, I've never been paid for this kind of stuff. Like we have receipts, but anyway, so BitBoy, he challenged people. If there's anything that I scammed or anything that I did where I didn't tell somebody or something like that, then I'll give you $5,000. Well, Zach XBT found one video from like 4 years ago that BitBoy didn't properly say that he was promoting a token, so he had to pay Zach XBT $5,000. But that was the single one event that he saw. Now, here's the other part. Trenio, like if you go look at his video from this morning, if you go look at all this kind of stuff that's going on, everybody calls everybody a scammer. Guys, here's the thing. I'm a scammer too. That's exactly what everybody says about me when their crypto doesn't pump, right? They call me a scammer. And to be fair, like I never consider myself, I'm not scamming anybody. Like Jesus Christ, like I don't have the money to be a scammer and scam anybody. You can go back to my old videos and you can look at what do we do here? Go here and then go to your channel and you can go back and look at my videos. There are dead projects that I covered going way. You got to go way back here, right? But well, you know what? Probably don't have to go too far back because I did one for one called Gear. I did one for a Vorak. I don't know what's going on with a Vorak. But these guys approach me and they're not rug pulls. They're not, by any means, they're not specific things. So they're not the bad things, right? So I do a video for them. And then the next thing you know, something bad might happen with those tokens. Man, I make the greatest thumbnails ever. You know what I mean? Here we go. Chain Switch. This is a Chain Switch DEX aggregator. I don't know exactly what happened with it because they paid me for a video. They didn't I don't cover it every single day. Generative AI, really cool project. I don't know what's going on with it. So I have no idea. RFD. I just said that it was probably not going to do very well, and it didn't do very well, and everybody got wrecked, and everybody got mad at me. I'm not a scammer. All right. Like I don't, I take money for promos. I tell you that there is a promo on all of these when they come up or when it's part of it. And right. Lily Finance never got paid a dime from Lily Finance. And I don't know that they are or are not a scam. I don't think that they are. But the guy, the guy who was my friend in it, they let him go, and they're quietly not blaming him for everything, but also blaming him for everything. And, weird sort of situation happening. So I went on to an AMA. It wasn't my AMA. It wasn't on my channel. It was on Barely Bearable's channel, where they said they were getting listed on Coinbase. So I look like an asshole for doing that. So, you get caught in these situations. So BitBoy does too. So he's not a scammer. He's not scamming anybody. He's out here every single day with his face still out here. 1.5 million people on his YouTube channel, 1 million people on Twitter. He is not scamming people. If he were, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing, where he's doing it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just nonsense that you have that kind of outlook on the guy. You can not like him because you think that his projects are silly. Like you can not like me because you think my projects are silly, or because you hate the Misfits because Michael Graves was the best lead singer that the Misfits ever had. And if you're a Glenn Danzig Magsy, don't get at me because you're wrong. It was Michael Graves. We can disagree about stuff. You can like certain tokens that he doesn't like, et cetera, but it doesn't make him a scammer, right? He's not ripping people off or anything like that. He never took money from FTX. And look, bitch, I'd have taken every dollar FTX offered me. They were paying people like me $20,000 a month in FTX tokens to do videos and promote them and stuff like that. I would have taken $20,000 a month in a heartbeat on something like that. And there was no reason to think it was a scam at that point. But you get my point. After the scam, I would have been like, sorry. You know what I mean? You ain't getting that money back though. So you do what you got to do. So, but anyway, wag me done. Liquidity. So on the 7-day, here's what it looks like. It looks like we're in this pool right here. So very possible that this thing is going to start to, and this is, by the way, this is the 10, the 25, the 50, and the 100 leverage. This is the low rent district, so to speak, in leverage trading. So it looks like at this point, we're probably going to come down here at least to 27.8 maybe, and eat up that liquidity if we can even get there, and then make a reversal and try to get back into this range and see how far we can get. But listen, here's the thing: we're going to get a good rip, right? This market, because of the situation that we're in, is going to get volatile, and we're going to start seeing some absolute ripping. But the one thing that I did want to show you, because remember I told you I would do this before, is I want you guys to look at data, Bitcoin returns. This is important. This is the Bitcoin return by year and by month on what the percentage up and what the percentage down is. Now, what we got at the end of this year, we got a positive for 4 months. Then we got 4 or 5 months, we had a nice lift. This has been a good year for cryptocurrency, but it's been mostly Bitcoin that's had the benefit of that. Now we've had 2 down months. 3 of the last 4 months have been down, but go to history. 2022, same thing. The year before, almost the same thing. Year before, almost the same thing. So it's been 50-50, but generally speaking, 3 out of 4 months are bad here. 3 out of 4 months are bad here. 3 out of 4 months are bad here, or kind of, just lame. So the middle of the July, the summertime, you don't get the big runs, right? But September, look at this September, negative, positive, negative. So generally speaking, we can say September, negative. Now let's look at August. August, negative. We have a positive here in 2021. Remember, this was the bull run. This was after this was when things started getting crazy. We were in months after months of the bull run, right? So crazy. But August, after that, we had a nice little run here, but a small one. So negative. We had a big positive here in 2017, then negative. Going down the list, mostly negative in August and September. But now we come over here to October, positive, negative, positive, mostly positive in October, a little more negative in November, but 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives, and the rest are positive. So generally speaking, we look at the trends, right? So November, kind of bad, except for these big runs here during bull runs every 4 years, if you guys notice. And we're on this 3rd year. We're kind of in the middle here. So maybe we get a good run. But the end of the year, December, had a couple of good runs, but it's been generally down for the most part, unless it's the giant, massive bull run, right? Unless it's that giant, massive bull run, we're not getting that gigantic play. So we may get a good play, but generally speaking, if you look at this, we're going to get negatives. We're going to get negatives in November, negatives in December, but we're going to get a big pump in October, most probably. And a little more downward pressure here in September, but maybe nothing catastrophic. It might not be, because it doesn't look like a lot of bad trading goes on in this month, but negative for sure. So October, November, we're going to start seeing some green probably. What we could look at is every 4 years, like this is the 4th year over here, 2015. Then we have 2019. Now we have 2023. These are the months that lead up to the bull run, or the halving, so to speak, and that's 2020. So, and then you have 2016 over here, positives when we get close, but the year before also had nice little run-ups. So, that's what we're gonna be looking for. So I think we're gonna have a nice little run towards the end of the year. We're just gonna have to deal with it until then. Now, on to the real liquidity, the quote unquote real money. This is the low level. This is the people putting $1 million into a 3x, or $500,000 into a 5x, or 150, 200,000 into a 10x, because they got it and they're balling out like that. The best thing that we can hope for in this scenario right now is maybe a tiny liquidity sweep into this region right here. But this 32,000 liquidity, this is where the money is. And look, if you look at a heat map, this is not even a heat map, but if you look at a heat map that actually shows you where liquidity is glowing right now, it is glowing in this area. And cryptocurrency migrates to where the liquidity is, and the liquidity is right here. There's another pocket over here, not as big, It might be easier to get into this, and if so, then we're going to 22,000. But it's much easier at this point from 28,000 to go up 4,000 here than to go down 8,000 here. It's just easier. Crypto goes for the liquidity, and as it moves up, by the way, these people will take their long positions and they will move them away. So that kind of wraps it up here, guys. So downward pressure still, we're still experiencing a sell-off. We're still experiencing downward momentum. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. We're in the negative for the day. All of the indices right now are in the positive, except crypto. We're just seeing another drop and another sell-off on the crypto market. But again, I mean, like, you zoom out and you start to get some perspective on this. We've been here before. We were here not that long ago. And as a matter of fact, if I can point this out, let me zoom out and get to a day chart. I think I took my parabolic. I took the parabolic thing off. God damn it. We still have a little more ways to go. But look, this guys, you got to look at this and you got to understand we're on a trend line right here, and that trend line is still going up. So when we bounce off of the trend line, which we're doing like basically right now, when we bounce off this trend line, it's probably upwards that we're headed, right? So, you know, let's see how this plays out. Let's see how the market goes. You guys be safe when you're trading. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. If you could, please make sure you leave a comment on this as I close this out. Leaving a comment really helps me in the algorithm, as this video will trend during the course of the day. But this is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. And we will see you again for bedtime tonight.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That